Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing amazing. If this is not your first time watching one of my videos, then you will know that romanticizing your life is something that I go on about a little bit, and I thought now was the perfect time to make this video because winter time is one of those times that can feel really heavy. You've got the darker mornings, tiredness, lack of sunlight, school pressure, work pressure, Christmas pressure, January blues, everything sort of comes all at once. But winter is one of the easier seasons to romanticize your life. The days are shorter, you're home more. It is made for slow mornings, cozy evenings, warm drinks, candles, blankets, soft lighting, and much gentler routines. Winter is the part of the year where rest really makes sense, where small cozy habits can completely change your mood. So in today's video, I am showing loads of realistic things that you can do to romanticize your winter and actually thrive in it. Loads of simple, practical habits that are going to make this time feel softer, calmer, easier to manage, and easier on your mind. So let's get into it. The very first thing that you need to do is fix the basics, because these matter more than anything. One thing that should be a non-negotiable is making sure that you get outside for at least 10 minutes of daylight every single day, because in winter a lot of us barely see daylight. You get up when it's dark, you come home in the dark. Our bodies don't have a clue what time it is, and our bodies need daylight. Daylight tells your brain when to wake up and to produce more energy. It boosts your mood chemicals, it helps to regulate your sleep, and it really helps to stop that like groggy low feeling from getting worse. A lot of us feel rubbish in the winter because we're not getting enough sunlight. So get yourself outside at least 10 minutes a day, stand outside with your coffee, go for a quick walk, just get out when there is actual daylight. A couple of other things that I've started doing this time of year, because I do struggle with seasonal affective disorder, is take vitamin D. We do not get enough sunlight in the UK to make vitamin D naturally in the winter. And vitamin D is amazing for supporting your mood and energy. It helps with tiredness, low motivation. So this time of year, if you are feeling low, a bit flat, or constantly exhausted, then vitamin D can often be a part of that. So I try and keep this next to the kettle so that I remember to take it every day. But I can link the one that I have that I just got from Amazon down below in the description box. Anything I mention I will link for you guys. I also have recently bought a SAD light. So for seasonal affective disorder, light therapy is known to be really beneficial. A SAD light, an SAD light, basically mimics daylight. It helps to reset your body clock, and it's really good for lifting that heavy, sluggish feeling that just feels to be so much worse this time of year. And yeah, it's not a miracle cure, but it can be really helpful to help with the mood dips that you get in winter, give you a little bit more consistent energy, and yeah, they can really help with motivation. So I'll leave this linked down below as well. This again was one that I got from Amazon. You can get quite expensive ones, but this was really reasonably priced. Just using that whilst I'm doing my makeup, getting ready, I found really helpful. I think it's really important, as well as the vitamin D, the getting out in some daylight for 10 minutes a day and using the SAD light therapy. I think going to bed earlier is really good to do this time of year, because winter naturally makes us more tired. It is not laziness, it is biological. Your mood is always worse when you're exhausted. Things feel heavier and harder when you're tired. Sleep really helps to regulate anxiety and stress. A well-rested brain can tackle everyday life problems so much better. I think people underestimate how much winter tiredness affects their mental health. So going to bed even half an hour earlier is definitely a good one for boosting your mood. Also, lastly in this little point is just to drink more water than you think you need. The cold weather can really trick you into drinking less without you even realising it. You're obviously just naturally drinking a lot more in the summertime when the weather's nicer, and dehydration is such a big mood killer. It increases brain fog, irritability, headaches. It completely kills your energy. It makes everything feel heavier, and it is an easy fix as well. If you just keep a water bottle next to you all day, you are naturally going to drink so much more. And yeah, these are the first things to fix. Drink more, get outside, take a bit of vitamin D, use a sad light if you do struggle with seasonal affective disorder, go to bed a little bit earlier and drink loads of water, because your mood, your energy, your motivation is all really heavily affected by daylight, by sleep, by hydration, by your vitamin levels. And once these basics are in place, then you're going to feel so much more like yourself again. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to simplify everything, because when you are feeling overwhelmed, and there is obviously so many things this time of year that overwhelm us, your brain is already running at full capacity. It doesn't matter what is overwhelming you: winter tiredness, stress, work, the kids, Christmas, money. Your brain is working harder than normal just to keep up. So anything extra, even if it's something small, can feel like too much. I always see it as having a cup, and if your cup is full already with all of those things that might be causing some stress and overwhelm, and anything else that goes in there, even if it's something tiny, is gonna overflow. So we need to find ways to empty the cup a little bit. So a few ways that we can do that is by firstly making less plans. Less plans equals less pressure. For a lot of us this time of year, the calendar is rammed full of stuff. As I film this, we are pre-Christmas. There is a list of things that come at me as a mum, and I'm sure it is the same for so many people. Work, school stuff, Christmas plans. So if there is a way of cancelling a few plans or combining a few plans, or setting some boundaries and making sure that you have some space and you don't completely overload your calendar with dates and things to do, or if you can delegate anything to somebody else, that is really going to help, because if you create a little bit of space in your day, your nervous system is really going to thank you for it. Another area that can get really stressful is our inboxes. So emails, messages, every notification demands a bit of your energy. It requires your time to reply. Your brain will struggle to reset when it is constantly being pulled into conversations or reminders. So putting some limits on them, turning off your social media notifications by a certain time each evening, not feeling guilty if you don't reply to people straight away. People really will understand. Do not feel guilty or feel bad for putting your phone on Do Not Disturb, because it is going to give your mind a chance to slow down. Also, I think it's really important, and I try to do this a lot, is to give yourself some quiet moments in the day. Winter can be quite overstimulating, especially this time of year before Christmas. The kids, the weather, darker days, busy routines, noise overstimulates your body and can make everything feel bigger and heavier than it is. So giving yourself half an hour in the day where you just have some peace and quiet if you can, turning off loud notifications, switch the telly off, it honestly just quiets your mind. I also really love a little bit of white noise, so something really simple like rain sounds when I go to bed just really calms my brain. Also, we need to stop trying to do it all or making things more complicated than they need to be. Making simple evening meals if you're feeling overwhelmed. Don't feel bad for sticking a pizza in the oven or making very basic freezer food. Not feeling pressured and guilty into making loads of plans and taking the kids places if it's, you know, Christmas plans. Have some slow evenings. Give yourself some quiet time. If things are already feeling heavy, then remove anything that feels optional, and don't feel guilty for it, because you need to have that rest and relaxation. A simple evening at home, no plans, sticking a pizza or ready meal in the oven is exactly what we all need sometimes. Keep it simple if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed. And I also think it's really good to soften your evening as much as you can. And what I mean by that is, because winter is naturally a more draining time, shorter days, dark mornings, cold weather, by the evening most of us are feeling overstimulated, running on empty, so we need the nice, cozy, soft evenings just to reset our brains and give our bodies a chance to get out of stress mode. Because if you're coming home and your evenings are chaotic, if they're noisy, loud, stressful, rushed, then you never actually come down from the day. Your mind stays tense, your sleep is worse, and a lot of the time you wake up already feeling quite drained. So a softer evening is great for just completely resetting your nervous system. So when you get home, even if there's a lot of things that you can't control, if your evening is just naturally quite busy, do really simple things like using low lighting, cozy lighting, not the big light, bright lights. We want cozy lamps, fairy lights. Put some cozy blankets on the sofa, so if you do eventually get time to sit down, then it's going to be nice and cozy. Put 5-10 minutes aside to have a nice drink, maybe your favourite hot chocolate, a nice cup of tea. Get your coziest pyjamas out, put on a really comforting programme that, you know, just everybody has, I'm sure, one programme. I know a lot of you love the Gilmore Girls. Mine is The Devil Wears Prada. That's my go-to cozy film that just makes me completely switch off. Put your phone on silent, even if you don't have that much time to spare. It's just really important because it signals to your brain that the stress of the day is over and now it is time to relax. And also a nice soft cozy evening gives you something to look forward to. It's giving a bit of time to yourself, which you need to make some time for you. It's comforting and it's just that break. We all need it. We need a break from the go, go, go feeling. A soft evening routine will give your brain a chance to switch off and actually feel comfort instead of just powering through the day like so many of us do, because this time of year is heavy, but your evenings should not be. One thing that I really struggle with if I am feeling overwhelmed is my space not being tidy, not being organised, being messy, needing cleaning. That really adds to my mental clutter. But motivation to clean feels a lot harder for me in the winter. So what I try to do is give myself at least 10-15 minutes a day of a reset. So in that 10 minutes, it could involve making the bed, wiping down the kitchen surfaces, plumping the cushions on the sofa, tidying up the shoes in the hallway, giving the bathroom sink, the toilet a quick clean. And why it's really good to do these 10-15 minute cleans is it's basically an instant win. It gives your brain instant gratification, because sometimes when life's really heavy, you need a quick success. Something that you can quickly finish, something that proves to your brain like, okay, see, we can do this. That's why it works so well to do it in short bursts like that. And a tidy environment reduces stress. Your brain is constantly scanning around if it sees clutter. So just clearing, even if it's just one area, it's going to help to reduce your mental noise. And I think it's really important as well to not have like the all or nothing attitude towards cleaning the house, because a lot of us can feel like, if I can't do it all, then what's the point of doing even a little bit? But you can make such an impact in 10 minutes, and it obviously builds up, keeps on top of things. And we're home so much more in the winter, so you're looking at your space so much more. If your space feels chaotic, then quite often you feel chaotic. If your area feels calm, then you're going to feel calmer. So don't feel bad if you don't have the energy or the time to clean the whole house. 10 minutes really can make such a difference. It gives your brain a win, and it's going to reduce a little bit of stress instantly and make your environment and your space feel a lot calmer. And even some days a 10-minute tidy up might feel too much, and that is completely fine, completely normal when your energy is a bit lower. And on those days, the trick is to pick one small thing on your to-do list to give you a tiny bit of control back. That might be organising your handbag, washing your hair, booking an appointment that you've been putting off, changing your bedding, sorting out one single drawer. It isn't about productivity, it's literally about creating a small moment of success that your brain will register. Because even on those low energy, down days, one small completed task is enough to reset how the rest of the day feels and can help take you out of that stuck feeling, even if nothing else gets done. Another thing that really helps is making sure that you connect, that you talk to somebody. I feel like winter is a much less sociable time in a lot of ways. On the school runs, people don't stop and talk as much. It's cold, it's raining, you have less interaction with people. Same when I'm walking the dog. You just don't see as many people out and about in the winter. Obviously the nights are darker, a lot of people want to be at home and everybody's schedule's so much busier, so it doesn't always leave as much time to socialise or to have those catch-ups that you might naturally do in the spring and summer, which can mean that you end up spending a lot more time in your own head, and problems and stress can feel bigger when you're not talking to people. So reaching out to somebody can really help to break that isolation, and it does not need to be some big deep conversation or meet up, but a simple check-in can really help stop any spiraling, or it just really does make you feel better. So if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, it's down or anything, give your friend a quick text, send a voice note, let someone know. People that care about you want to know how you're feeling. Tell somebody that you're feeling overwhelmed. Use time like when you're tidying the house or if you're driving to give somebody a call. It just stops you from feeling like you're handling everything in your own head. So yeah, reach out to people, even for just a quick chat. Another area that is really important when you are romanticizing your own life is to make sure you're not comparing it to anybody else's. Winter, especially before Christmas, is a time when you see lots of amazing, gorgeous, festive content from people if you are on social media. Immaculate Christmas decorations, festive days out, picture perfect cozy nights, people looking like they are so organised, managing everything, big extravagant gift and present hauls. If you start comparing yourself to all of that, then it can really add so much unnecessary pressure, can make you feel inadequate, make you feel like you're not doing enough. Nobody needs that. And a lot of what you see isn't even real anyway. And there's always so much behind the scenes with anybody's life that they show that it's not always ever going to be picture perfect like it might look like it is on social media. So some really good ways to make sure that you don't get into that and don't end up comparing yourself to other people is to maybe mute accounts on social media that might make you feel like you're a little bit behind. It's okay to mute accounts. You don't have to unfollow them. You can come back and unmute them at any time, but if you are just feeling a little bit sensitive to some of it, then it's perfectly okay to mute accounts, to unfollow accounts if you do want to. Instead, follow things that make you feel good. Look at cozy recipes for this time of year. Look at anything with like pets and things that are going to make you smile. Maybe people that share being out in nature, cozy walks, slow living, mental health, wellness, quote accounts. Anything that feels good and is going to give you a bit of a boost is going to be far better for you and better for your mental health. Also putting some boundaries in place with your phone, with social media. Avoid scrolling first thing in the morning or late at night. We need gentleness in the winter. We don't need comparison. We don't need anything that's going to make us feel like we're not doing enough. Also, what we want to do is make winter work for us. We are not meant to operate at the same energy levels that we have in the summer as we are in the winter. Our bodies naturally want to slow down this time of year, so that's exactly what we should be doing. So if you can let yourself have a little lie-in on some days, then do it. Choose cozier, slower meals like soups and casseroles and things that go in the slow cooker. Really hearty, warming, gorgeous meals. Give yourself some quieter weekends. Pocket in some time for just complete rest days, because your body is literally wired to slow down a little bit in winter. So make sure you take advantage of that and enjoy the slower, calmer moments. And lastly, this one is so important to me, and I think it is really something that we all should try to prioritize a little bit more, is making sure that you make time to do something for you, something that you're going to look forward to. It always is one of those things, I think, where time goes so quickly, and quite often we'll say, oh, I should have made plans for that, we should have done that, or we'll have to arrange to meet up, and you don't do these things, and weeks pass by where you're doing the same thing day in, day out, and before you know it, you've gone quite a while without having done anything that is for you, that you would have really enjoyed. And it doesn't have to be anything that's going to take a lot of planning. You can literally plan a movie night with the kids or your partner at home, just making it a little bit more special by arranging the night, getting the snacks in, picking the film, make sure you get all the blankets that you can, and making it a proper planned evening. Or maybe treat yourself to a new book. Make sure you put a little bit of time aside to read it. Having a solo day. I always think these are so important, whether you're single or not, just to spend some time with yourself. Take yourself for a nice coffee. Maybe go to the cinema. Maybe treat yourself to a really nice dessert or cake or something that you can think, on this day at the end of the week, I'm gonna go and buy myself a pastry from the bakery shop in town. Or I'm going to go and buy myself a bunch of flowers. Plan it in. Give yourself little treats that you can look forward to. Plan in a bubble bath on a Sunday, but real indulgent hour of just thinking, right, we're going to use all of the nice products. We're going to use the nice bubble bath. We're going to make sure the towels are fluffed up. We're going to have the candles lit. We're going to have the nice pajamas on the radiator ready for me when I get out of the bath. Make it a real occasion. The anticipation of an event actually sometimes boosts your mood more than the actual event. I find that a lot with Christmas. It's normally the build up to Christmas that I enjoy so much more, because you've got that coming up, that's exciting. So you've got to do that throughout the week with just small things, as well as bigger plans. Make some plans to see friends, to see family, but also the little things count just as much. And all these little things is what romanticizing your life and romanticizing winter is all about, really. It's all about finding ways to make the darker months feel more enjoyable and more manageable. As cheesy as it might sound, it is all about noticing all the little things around you, the tiny wins, the comfort, the slow evenings, the cozy little moments. All of these things can make your day feel a little bit lighter, your home feel more comfortable, and hopefully like you're not just pushing through the whole season on empty. So I really hope that you found it helpful. If you did, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I absolutely love making videos like this. So if you do enjoy it, I would love to know. Come follow me on Instagram, which is CarlyElizabeth_X. And I, of course, would absolutely love to see you again for my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.